Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is today's tarot for all signs for the full moon in Scorpio, which is Wednesday, the 24th of April, 2024. It's also my 53rd birthday too, so happy birthday to me. Full moon in Scorpio, according to this deck, is all about breathing through the tension. Let's see if the guides agree with my guides agree with that. Now, I have a live show 3 times a week here on YouTube. It's called Psychic Cafe. In there, I give one-question readings, amongst other things. The other things are pulling tarot out, playing with tarot, all about trauma release. If you're interested in healing yourself, and you want to come along to that, you're very welcome to. But you can book a one-question reading at any time for that show on my website, BeHealing.com. Find a link for that in the description box below and also up there. I do all the pre-booked readings right at the start of the next live show, and then I'll send you the link to the replay after I've done it, so that you don't need to be able to come live in order to get one of those. You can watch it after, so they're available to everybody. And if you are interested in a private reading with me, I also offer those on my website, BeHealing.com. Find a link for that in the description box below and also up there too. And I get those out within 48 hours if you're ordering them. And there's 2 ways in which to win one of those private readings with me every single month. The first way is by being a subscriber to my channel, clicking like on this video, and then leaving a comment. That'll get you 1 entry in. Do that as many times as you like throughout the month on all my videos, including my shorts. It'll get you many entries in. Second way is by checking out my pick a card reads. If you purchase the deeper dives to those pick a card reads, that'll get you entered into a second prize draw, so 2 chances to win. So what are in these energies around this full moon in Scorpio? Well, starting out with Fleeting Beauty card. So this comes out when we've got a temporary situation going on. So this too shall pass, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. If it's something that's going great in your life, know that it'll pass. And if it's something that's not going great, know that that will pass too. Everything is temporary, right? Change. That's all we have. Constant change. Imagination. You might be in fantasy, imagination, that kind of thing today. Now, full moons, they tend to be about what we need to release. I do have $30 off a private full moon reading. If you're interested in that, go to my website, BeHealing.com. And the full moon readings are about what do you personally need to let go of at the moment, and also what do you need to take responsibility for. So if you're interested in one of those readings, $30 off today, BeHealing.com. Reflect, peer into the endless ocean and see what peers back. So we do have mirrors all around us. Now, well, that means when we see something in someone else, it has something to do with what's going on for us. Taking responsibility. It's often easier to see a dynamic going on in someone else than it is ourselves. And owning up to that within ourselves can be quite confronting. Very difficult to see things within ourselves. Easy when we look back. Easier when we look back, let's put it that way. So, reflections. Something going on for someone else. You're seeing that clearly. It's got something to do with you. Now, saying that, I tend to have a lot of empaths, healers, good people following me, and people like you and I tend to be helpers, healers, rescuers, fixers, and tend to, more than other people, allow ourselves to remain in situations that aren't good for us, that drain us, when we don't need to do that. Where it's not our place to do that. We don't need to deplete ourselves for other people. We're not being asked to do that. We're being asked to be balanced. The universe is always asking us to be balanced. Queen of Pentacles is out first. The Queen of Pentacles is very stable. She takes care of what she's got, her stability, herself, how she's feeling. The Queen of Pentacles is the nurturer as well. And so being sure to nurture ourselves too. So we don't want to forfeit our well-being for someone else's, and we can't even do that anyway. It doesn't work. The Seven of Cups, this is about choices, and you might have had confusion about choices. So you might be confused as to how you're choosing the same thing, the same unwanted thing in life, over and over again. How are you choosing that? Because it is important that, you know, often we are, well, always we are on a path of becoming more conscious about ourselves, becoming more conscious, knowing who we are and why we're doing what we do, how we're doing what it is that we do, so that we can choose better, be better, choose better for ourselves. And often we can be completely oblivious to it. So it can be like familial patterns, so family patterns, something that you grew up with is familiar to you, and you're choosing it over and over and not realizing you're choosing it over and over, because we're here on a planet and there's pretty much everything available to us. There are so many different choices that we can make, yet we keep on making the same wrong choices. We need to become conscious of that so that it's not confusing how we're choosing it. It's a time for healing, says the Four of Swords, rest, recuperation, or the instigation of a healing. Or, you know, it's a realization, oh, I need to stop this and heal myself instead. Become conscious of this, figure out why I'm doing this, what emotional state within me is causing me to choose this over and over. And Page of Wands with the Six of Cups. So something exciting from the past, or a period of excitement in your past. Things can feel exciting to us, and it's not necessarily what's good for us. And a state of excitement, think about it, an emotional state of excitement. What does that actually mean? It could mean that something is good for us, and it's a big confirmation that it's going to take us in a very positive direction. It could mean that. It could also be the flip side of that, that this is something to be really wary of. Some of the most exciting things are the most dangerous things, right? There's always the balances. There's always the balances, and especially when we're talking about emotions, either positive or negative emotions. The balance is boring. The balance is boring, but that is healthy. So, Queen of Pentacles. Thinking of your stability, your nurturing yourself, and not forfeiting yourself for anyone else. Because it won't work. You can't do it. We try and enable people. We try and do it for them, but we can't do it. And so it's complete waste when we try and forfeit ourselves to someone else. We've got someone else's well-being before ours. It does absolutely nothing for the other person. In fact, it can have a detrimental effect to them. And I'm not saying we can't help other people, but it needs to be instigated by them. So when you realize that you need healing, you come for a reading with me, that I can help you. That's instigated by you. I can't initiate it in you. I can maybe plant a seed, but it's still for you to go, oh, here's a seed. I will plant it and invest into that, right? So why the Queen of Pentacles? Six of Inspiration and the Three of Inspiration, because it's a long time coming. Six of Inspiration, your success, you getting what it is that you want. It's been a long time coming, and you can't just wait for that to happen. You need to invest in yourself, nurture yourself there. So the efforts that you're making, perhaps for other people, trying to nurture them, trying to help them out, need to be diverted into yourself instead, because you're the only person that you can do it for, really. And when you start doing that, yes, then you can, when you realize what needs to be done within you, whether that's healing or whether that's, you know, learning something new, that's when you can go to the people that can help you and get that help. You don't need to do it all by yourself. However, it does need to be instigated within you. And in order to instigate it, requires you to acknowledge that you're important, that you're nurturing and your growth and you investing in yourself is important. Truth is behind that, and honoring your energy is behind that. So if you are putting other people first, that is because that shows a lack of self-esteem. It shows a lack of self-esteem. It's, to put it another way, you're saying, I'm not important, everyone else is important. What's up, sweetie? You want to go out? Excuse me a moment. Lady wants to go out. Okay. Lady Branda Cat. Seven of Cups. So you're confused about your choices, are you? You don't know how you've been choosing what it is that you didn't want. No, it might just be about what I just said, that you've been prioritizing other people, nurturing other people rather than nurturing yourself. Some of you are absolutely fantastic at this stuff and at nurturing and helping and all of that kind of thing. And as soon as you prioritize yourself and you've got enough self-esteem to allow yourself to focus on yourself and do the same thing for yourself, wow. You're going to soar. And it's about time, says the 3 of inspiration, the 6 of inspiration, for you to shine, for you to get what it is that you want. So 7 of cups, I'm not sure about how I've been choosing, what it is that I've been choosing. Well, 7 of materials, you've been investing yourself in that. A hermit, it's time to pull back from that. Pull back from your investments and other things. So how I've been choosing what I've been choosing, I don't know. Well, clearly you've been investing your focus, your time, your efforts, perhaps your money, and you need to invest in something else instead, and it needs to be you. So why don't we invest in ourselves? Tends to be a self-esteem issue. So you could look there. That could be what the 4 of Swords is about. You know, that healing. Something needs to end, says the Death card. That needs to end. So how you've been choosing what you've been choosing, it's because you're investing into the wrong things. Look at what you're investing, your time. So what have we got to invest? We've got our thoughts, our focus, right? We can think about someone else's drama and completely waste our life by doing that. We can think about stuff that's going on in the world by watching the news, completely wasting our life by doing that. Or we can focus, we can like, oh, okay, I'll have a goal for me, for myself, and I'll focus on that and put my attention into that. And any distraction diversions, of which we've got so many now, so many. We've got these devices and they distract us so much, instant entertainment that we can get drawn into, that are actually made to draw us in and keep us there and waste our time. So many distractions in the world. And yeah, other people are a distraction too, their dramas, what they've got going on. It's a constant battle, really, of our consciousness to bring ourselves back and stay on track with our goals and what we want to do. Because you are the only person that can do it for yourself. No one else. No one's coming to rescue you. No one's coming to come and generate your success for you. No one's going to do that. Okay, so 4 of Swords. Instigating a healing. Tell us about the 4 of Swords, please. Why have we got the 4 of Swords here, this full moon? So big focus on healing this full moon. And no longer being... appearing a victim to things going on in life. You are actually choosing them because you're investing in them. 4 of Swords, what is it that needs healing? Well, the Queen of Voices is all about boundaries, so you're needing to have some boundaries. And those boundaries, it's within yourself, you know. It's the boundaries that we have where we go, I'm not going to sit on Facebook scrolling or TikTok or whatever it is that you do. I'm just not going to do that. You might need more boundaries with yourself with regards to things like that, of, you know, setting up on your phone something that stops you, like a parental lock, but for yourself, you know, that stops you from doing that. Or like I do, I don't even look at my phone. I don't even look at social media on my phone when I'm working. I'm just working. I focus for however many hours that I do making my videos and all of that. Focus. Don't even look at anything else to get distracted. You could have boundaries with yourself with that. What else for the 4 of Swords and Queen of Voices? Well, it could be boundaries with other people as well, but I'm really feeling this is more of an internal focus today. Boundaries with yourself. And that's also boundaries with yourself to not invest in other things. If you're surrounded by people that have got a lot of dramas going on, and you're the shoulder to cry on, or someone to lean on, your phones are ringing, and you're listening to people's stories and all of that. I'm not saying that never do that, but if then you're thinking about their stuff, complete waste of time. Complete waste of time. You need to be thinking about your stuff. And I'm not talking about your dramas and stuff like that. I'm talking about your goals. What's behind that is teaching, so you need to learn how to do that. So there could be resources to teach you how to do that, you know, if you're looking for like parental lock kind of stuff for yourself. You could search for that on YouTube or Google that or whatever. Ways to make it easier. There's ways to learn how to do that, to focus, better focus, to avoid, to have boundaries with yourself for the distractions. And there's so many different distractions in life. Page of Wands and 6 of Cups. Something exciting from the past. It's like exciting news from the past. But it's when you got news in the past. You know what I mean? It's like looking back. Perhaps you're looking back, reminiscing on someone coming into your life that was perhaps really exciting. It ended badly and it ended in a lot of pain. They excited you though. You might be looking back thinking like, why did I choose that person or that opportunity? It was exciting, and that it was fear that I was feeling, really. I mean, it's exciting thinking of throwing yourself off a cliff, but we shouldn't do it. That excitement is a fear-based excitement, you know. It ended badly. The Emperor thought they were divine masculine. Okay, so probably talking about a relationship, but it could also be an opportunity, a job opportunity, or any kind of life opportunity. You thought that someone was it, the big man or woman, like someone that was in charge, but it ended badly. There's something to look at in the excitement that you had there, and to be able to recognize, oh, this is actually fear. You know, sometimes we confuse love for fear, and we're like, wow, this person, they're amazing. They make me feel all these butterflies and all of that. It's like, oh, that's fear. That's fear. That's not someone to go with. Okay. Forgiveness is behind that. So some recollection of the past when you were excited about something, you realize that you should have been fearful about it. It was actually fear that you were feeling. And there's a need to more deeply listen to your guidance system in future. It's tricky. It is tricky. But when something is super, super positive and it gives you very, very positive feeling of excitement, that's up there. When something is really, really negative and it gives you a feeling of excitement because you really should avoid it, it's the same feeling. It's down there. The middle ground, balance, is boring. And those are actually the better choices. So the person that you don't get the jitters about, the butterflies about, it's more likely to be someone that can have a healthy relationship. The job opportunity that is not that exciting, you know, it's just expected, next step, that kind of thing. It's something that I've learned within business. I used to be all over the place, up and down, you know, and business doing well, like a lot of orders coming in, woo! And I'd really think, oh, this is it now, it's going to stay like this forever. No, fleeting beauty, it doesn't. There's always change. And then when it used to go down and there wouldn't be like anyone book in for a week, I'd be like, oh no. And I was so emotional about it all until I realized, oh, it's always going to be up and down. I don't need to be so emotional about it. And then, like, I don't need to cause things to happen, abundance to come in by getting super hyped up when it does, and then get super hyped up and try and keep myself in that energy as if it's always coming in. I don't need to do that. It's exhausting doing that. It's once I settled into actual abundance and it goes up and down, and that's cool, then I'm not reacting to any of it anymore. And abundance can flow when we do that too. So yeah, definite feeling here of it's almost like being less emotional, but by being more finely tuned about your emotions, like really listening to them and acting on them. But not in an extreme way. What about our love lives today? What have we got going on in our love lives for this full moon? So is there a letting go? There is a kind of a letting go, isn't there, to do? But it's letting go of distractions, I would say, at this full moon. Yeah, okay. What about our love lives? Surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Now, we only take our consciousness with us when we go, and so it is. We're here to learn. It's not about getting the stuff or the relationships, it's what we learn along the way in our consciousness that we take with us. And so, with that in mind, that we're here to learn, it's not always graduation day. It's not always manifestation day. We have to put the work in order to get the manifestation. Sometimes we're at school and it's the middle of the year, not toward the end of the school year. So keep on working on yourself. You'll get there. You're trying too hard. Give it time. So not at the point of manifestation at the moment in your love life, and that is okay. Just keep on learning. If you have made a goal of getting into a healthy relationship, there is a hell of a lot to learn and to let go of before we get there. And so keep on. You're in that school right now. As soon as we set a focus like that, we're in that school right now. And cool your emotions. As I said, there is a feeling about this full moon that we've got to listen to our emotions more and make decisions based on those. That sounds like wrong thing to say, because that could be like, you know, someone being emotionally volatile and they're making decisions on that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like meditation, like sitting in meditation and really listening to your mind and noticing where it goes. If we are really at an emotional neutral state and we're noticing it, as soon as, like, say someone tries to abuse you, straight away you're going to start feeling anger or whatever it is, some kind of a negative emotion, and you listen to that and then you put a boundary up, right? That's what I'm talking about, making decisions based on our emotions, only when we're fine-tuned, not when we're still all over the place, not when we're up and down like that. So some of you might be getting yourself to an emotionally neutral place about your love life, and that might be where you're at the moment. That can be achieved somewhat for the likes of you and me by not believing so much in the whole, the one, soulmate, twin flame kind of stuff. That can have us on an emotional roller coaster and not actually being healthy within relationships, not being present and real and seeing what's really going on and seeing where someone's really at and really getting to know them and really getting to know ourselves and dealing with what is actually there in front of us. All souls deserve love, absolutely, but not all souls in this lifetime right now, in the present right now, are doing the work that is required and the healing required and the learning the skills required in order to have a healthy relationship. So therefore, we can't go off just like who we've got a soul connection with, because that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we've got a soul connection. You could have a soul connection with someone, you were both born at the same time, you've done the work and they haven't. You can't have a healthy relationship with that person. So we need to be in the present right now, seeing someone that's right in front of us, dealing with whatever's there right now, and learning to be present like that. So you might have chemistry with somebody, but the self-love card has come out with that too. So chemistry, what's that like? Page of Wands, excitement. Excitement, yeah, you got chemistry with someone. So what? Soul connection with someone. So what? Who are they being right now? How have they evolved? What's their vibe right now? What have they learned? Have they healed themselves? Are they doing the work? Can they communicate? Are they even present at the moment? Am I even present at the moment? Have I done the work? You know, all of that kind of stuff. That's a self-love thing to do. Self-loving thing to do, to assess someone where they're at the moment and not just rely on their chemistry. Assess them where they're at the moment, because you take care of yourself, right? If you've got a baby that you're taking care of and you need a babysitter because you got to go to work, you don't just give that baby to anyone. You interview them, right? Same, love life, take care of yourself. Enjoyment and specialness. So someone special could be around at the moment. You could be enjoying them too. Even so, that doesn't mean that they're the right person for you. So chemistry, enjoyment, specialness, sure. And there are some basic fundamentals of healing and vibration and awareness and communication and investment and all kinds of things that are very important to a relationship that need to be taken into account. What else have we got this full moon? A lot, apparently. Hammock. Taking a vacation, physically or mentally, taking time out to relax. We get clarity in those relaxed times, not when we're busy. We can't think and do that inner work, or get creative even, when we don't give ourselves space. When we keep ourselves busy, it's like using drugs or alcohol to numb ourselves out. Busyness does the same thing too. Then we can't listen to our emotions and take that guidance from it. Affairs with your family, says a tree. We've got a bird perch, waiting for news, item, package. What did you order? Axe, forces working against you. Forces within yourself, that is. Carrot, opportunity or windfall. What I mean by that, forces within yourself working against you. Beliefs that you've got, ideas that you've got that are stopping you from being present. Like I said, you know, it could be soul connection, twin flame, soulmate, the one kind of ideas. Stop you actually being present and seeing who someone is actually being right now. And you know, whether they're really capable of relationship and whether you are as well. Bowl, plenty of material things. We've got a butterfly, change for the better, and rainbow. The most difficult part of a situation is over. You're on a good path here, but we're still at school, right? We're still at school. Okay, so think of a yes or no answer question, because I've got a red and a green crystal in this bag. I'm going to pull one of them out very shortly for our answer. But this is just a bit of fun because it's a general reading, not a personal reading. If you want me to pull crystals out of my bag and cards out of my decks for questions that you've got, then you can do one of two things. Book yourself in for a one-question reading on my website, behealing.com. Find a link for that in the description box below and also up there too. I'll do that in that live show. Or if you want more, if you want something private, if you've got a lot of questions, if you want a lot of great detail, then you can book in for one of my full private readings on my website, behealing.com. Find a link for that in the description box below and also up there too. So how best to deal with these energies today? Ace of Pentacles. Planting a seed. Is planting a new seed for the future. Interesting, isn't it? Because it's a full moon, but it has got a lot of vibes about new moon, the start of things. It is letting go of distractions and previous focuses and stuff like that and really getting on board with what it is that you want. It's very grounding kind of a full moon, this one. Right? Ace of Pentacles is very grounded too. Planting a seed of like being real about it. Pentacles are real. It's slow. It's methodical. It's real. And it's like, I can have what it is that I want, but I need to wise up now and not be investing in the wrong things, making the wrong choices for myself. If I want to achieve something in this lifetime, I've got to set that as a goal and go toward that. I can't be distracted by TikTok and Facebook and their problems and these problems and the world problem. I can't. I've got to be using the energy, the time, a day to be focused on this thing. And it's getting real about it like that. So get real. So think of a yes or no answer question now. I'll pause the video if you're not ready for your answer. Your answer is no, it's the ruby, don't do it. So was it breathing through the tension? Not really, not really. Okay, so there you have it. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like. Before you click off down there, click that subscribe button if you're new, leave a comment. That'll get you an entry into that prize draw for a free reading with me at the end of the month. I do one of these today's tarot every single day of the year. I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show. Come along sometime, would love to see you in there. And I make 3 Love Picker card reads a week as well. You can find one of those right there, right now, and watch that next if you want. Well, have the best day ever, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.